get it started and ha. Okay. Whoops. Trying to adjust the window is a hard thing, apparently. Also, give me a moment. Taking a hot moment to actually go ahead and get this out there. Okay. Bop. Ignore this file. I'm gonna start a new one just to show this intro sequence. Oh dear. Yep, there's a plot for the game. So the overall plot for the game is Death here started a company to suss out all the souls that he was tasked to gather. And eventually it got so bad that he needed help, so he started summoning demons to help him gather the souls. And now those demons are shirking their responsibilities, and we need to go get them in line. Patrick, you can't just make it up as you go along, you know. We have a well-established procedure. All you have to do is... Oh, why it's the CEO himself. Excellent timing, sir. All hell's broken loose. Brad has decided to let all the souls in without proper inspection. All of our departments are overwhelmed, as am I. Ugh. Try to argue with your associate Soros, please. Welcome back, Miss CEO, and have a nice death. Hee hee. Patrick, receptionist. Patrick Thuggins was the victim of a terrible prank at the company he worked at while he was alive. Blind as a bat, someone stole his glasses for a laugh, and poor old Patrick unwittingly overcooked his favorite dish at the company restaurant. He remembered to pierce the lid with a fork, but accidentally heated it in a nuclear reactor instead of a microwave. Yeah, that's going to be common occurrence throughout this adventure. Harriet. Hey, boss. So ready to get Death Inc. house in order? Just don't go spraying at anything right at the start, eh? Ready for the warm-up? I want to hear those bones cracking. Chop, chop. Despite Harriet's appearance, yes, that is a chip. Let's iron out the kinks in that cloak. Chop, chop. Press A to jump onto the ledge. Excellent, boss. Put some oomph into it, boss. Liven up. Chop, chop. Now try your right trigger. Yes, speed! Personally, I'm going to do a jump squat. But you take the effortless 3.0 with the left stick. And I think it's the first side. It's so easy to use. What a lazy bones. Here's Cloudy Skull. Oh. He is breaking down. Alright. Flexibility, boss. It's across these platforms, just down stick and press A. It does it. There we go! Come on, break the steel. Get your weapon. We'll soon get that cloak of yours warmed up. The Behemoth. Behemoth. We all have days at work, and Death particularly hates when people take him for an idiot. Edward Behemoth, for example, was one of the mail department's best managers, but he had the annoying tendency to push the envelope a bit too far. If a colleague was talking too loudly, rather than simply asking them to quiet down a bit, he'd jump straight to headbutting them. He was big at the body language. Pitbook. The company's codex, its heart and soul. The codex has gone by many names. The Book of Doors, the Book of the Void, the Tale of the Final Passage. It's not a particularly serious book, which is why it's not surprising to see the following on its inside cover. The top 100 stupidest deaths, or anyone who reads this will die soon. No, seriously. And of course, our bread and butter. Anywhere death goes, the scythe follows. The two are inseparable. It is the physical incarnation of death's supreme power, and death alone can wield it. This legendary weapon can cut through time, space, and the elements. Legend has it, this scythe gives off the most awful noxious gases, can summon lightning, and even make a nice cup of black coffee from Kopi Luwak beans. All at a snap of skeletal fingers. I think that's important. That cloak has might of its own. If you don't pick it up, we'll never get anywhere. Break the steel and right bumper. Watch out, boss, cause at Death Inc. minion meetings are wild. Keep your wits about you, just in case. Try combos like X and Y. Ah, would you believe it? That was wild! Boom. Have a nice fight, boss! That trick is to... The trick is to hold down left trigger and attack at the right moment. So much power! Shockwave. A good way of getting rid of those pesky minions. And any dust. This curse is mere child's play. The sorcerer focuses all their mental abilities and then releases their spiritual energy in a single wave. The burst launches an energy wave that sweeps out in a large circle around the sorcerer. Death proved to be particularly good at this one. They do say hot-headed people tend to be a bit quicker at mastering this particular skill. Are you saying something about me? Look at yourself, boss. You've gotten injuries. Getting in shape is easier said than done. Good thing I planned ahead. Take this and heal yourself. Pressing left bumper. Always look on the bright side of life. I hate getting that song stuck in my head. Consuming an anima heals all your injuries. It won't restore all your HP, but it will do you good. But be careful, because you can only carry 3 at a time. Excellent, boss. You've really shaped up. Well done. Let's not forget though, so far you've only trained with my friends. They've gotten easy on you since they owe me a coffee. So from now on, it's the real thing. Keep your wits about you. Got that? Yes. Very well. Next time you're going to skip the tutorial. Thank goodness. Yes. Give it your all, boss. I did play this a little bit before I actually moved, and the main thing I can say about this game is that it's weirdly formulaic, if that makes sense. Every level has either something to find or you're just trying to get to the end. There's all this space that's unused throughout here, which is just plain awful. Smash him with the hammer. Ghost, Pyroghost. Ghosts are not usually capable of expressing emotions other than boredom and indifference. But there are some exceptions. For example, after repeating the same mundane tasks over and over again hundreds of times, they could begin to feel frustrated. This results in devastating flames erupting from their tired faces, which is never a good sign, magically speaking. And ghosts. Ghosts are at the very bottom of Death Incorporated's Death Inc.'s company hierarchy. These minions are more commonly referred to as the seasonal workers, who, like their colleagues created by Soros, are not subject to Death Inc.'s undead worker labor agreements. In that case, why are they even doing here? To boost the numbers in all departments without exceptions. Harriet, business coach. Great to the power of N, distant second cousin of Death. Harriet could have taken up a similar career, but she instead opted to try her luck at the 2098 Extreme Olympic Games before passing away in a dramatic hang-gliding javelin throwing competition. It's funny. And yeah, now we have all the tutorials, which I'm gonna go ahead and skip through. Curses, we'll get into those later. The Behammer will do us quite well for a while, I can already say it. Smash them all with a hammer. I don't know what that yellow anima is about. Yeah, that's just to get back up after. Yeah, usually going through all of these levels, you're going up to find either a steal or you're just looking for another elevator. So yeah, there's not really a lot of fun unless there's some way to get on top of this thing up here. Which I'm not immediately seeing. Yeah, there's no way up there. Dashing is fun. Elevator. Every time we find an elevator, we can actually go to... We can actually choose the next floor we want to go to, whether we want some more currencies or if we need more equipment. We're going to go get more currencies. The loading screen is hilarious. Work in progress elevator here. Oh, also we can control the camera with the right stick. I just noticed that. Surprise! Slashy, slashy. Some more anima, which I haven't had to use yet, thankfully. Thirsty. Temporarily gain life steal. This game is truly something to behold, honestly. I don't know what's in the vault. Let's go ahead and go there. I haven't played many roguelikes, so this is honestly probably one of my first. I guess the only other roguelike I have played would probably be Compound. I would have thought the hammer would be more... What do I do? It's a just dash. Yeah, that's just dash. Okay. Sweet. Bah. Yeah, that's where I start. We were that close to the enemy room? Neat. Nothing up there. Scythe is fast but does minimum damage. The hammer is slow but does big damage. Ad vitam plus. More health. Elevator. And we get to go to a shop. I don't know if this is script that happened before a first actual boss, but eh. I have no idea. Do you have a weapon to sell? No, I think I'm fine. Oh! It truly is a pleasure to see you again, boss. They made an awful mess up there, haven't they? Take some guts to get involved, I'll say that much. Anyway, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. That's a little distraction. Mark. Food truck driver, company snack manager. When he was alive, Mark used to work a cool TV show bringing science to the masses. That's where he developed his particularly friendly way of talking to customers. He drove the truck that served as a backdrop to the shows. A funny guy who was always ready with a wink and a joke or two. Interesting, it doesn't say how he died. Although if we had to discover a cause of death, it's probably the severing of the head. Inkwell. Pit Book loves that smell. Spells are drawn to it. 35 mana. Raise your troops' morale, or simply raise them from the dead. Pure heal for 40 HP. Revelation Bow. This bow calms tempers and is great for letting off steam at shooting at the masses on Friday nights. We'll swap out Shockwave for it. Actually, hang on. If I'm going to get rid of Shockwave anyway, I probably want to sell it. Then take the bow. And yeah, we can buy the mana as well. Alright. Upgrade store. Unlock an additional item for the store. Yeah, we don't have a Perseum, so I can't use it. Security station, Brad. Hall of Eternity. Understandably, the Hall of Eternity makes an appearance in a lot of earthly folklore, because it marks the entrance to the immaterial world of the great beyond. Of course, after eons of war, pandemics, and all sorts of catastrophes on the surface, it has lost some of its shine. Not that Death cares one jot about it. As far as he's concerned, the hall looks exactly as you'd expect it to, a functional space in which to carry out administrative work. Funeral weapons, Shockwave, and the Revelation Bow. This enchanted bow, known as Revelation, is not one of Death's favorite weapons. It is, however, an elegant, light, and quick-to-use bow that's ideal for close combat. Its cord, woven from a 1,000-year-old beast's hair, can launch devastating projectiles when drawn back to maximum tension. Nevertheless, Death doesn't like carrying around for two good reasons. Huh. Wonder what those reasons could have been. Hey. What the hell is happening here, Brad? Where did all these souls come from? What's it to you? Who are you anyway? With your mummified boomer face. Yeah, Brad is very millennial. Brad isn't that hard to deal with. I say that and I had to get hit twice. Jeez. Ooh! Ah, sorry, Chief. Didn't recognize you, sir. We good? I'm gonna kill him. Back to your post. Filter the arrivals and hurry up. Hashtag gutted means we if you're pissed. Your boss is back. And put that cell phone away. And now Brad is part of the Secret Service. Add Vitam Ultra. 20 more health, but it doesn't heal me. Mr. Oshaw. Oh, sir. You finally decided to step out of your office. Work at Death Incorporated goes on, with or without you. I'll spare you my own thoughts on the matter. Your absence hasn't stopped Soros from going above and beyond. We've got our work cut out. Curses, for example, if you can remember. Assaulting an employee costing the company minions too. When it comes to it, Curses can help with that. Look. Fetch Pit Book. Rank 1 Soros. Termination. Grants 40% mana regen. Sharp discounts. 50% discount on control room prices. The Scythe deals 1 extra damage. I'm gonna go for the Scythe mostly because that's what I'm always using. Let's tone down the rhetoric now, shall we? All companies have red tape. Mr. Oshaw. Mr. Oshaw, Health and Safety Inspector. Tony Oshaw has never once smiled in his whole life, and he's not about to start now. Well, okay, he does smile sometimes, but only on those rare occasions when his natural cynicism bears witness to the irony of a truly scathing situation. Like when a colleague finds themselves locked in the copy room for days. The Flying Book. Binders, paper charts, photo organization charts, ancient folders. Nothing escapes what Patrick calls the atrocious curse of bitter documentation, or ACBD for short. If a document isn't consulted often enough, it comes to life and takes vengeance for its neglect. Brad, head of security. A nice tie, a black suit that rivals the boss's own cloak in terms of class and darkness. Brad is a perfect fit for his job deciding which souls can cross the ethereal threshold of Death Incorporated and which should be ejected from its well-aimed kick up the backside. Because their time has not yet come, he loves being a gargoyle because it gives him the clout he needs to kick Ghost's butt, quote unquote. Yeah, we have the new tutorial on curses. And yeah, we don't get to choose where we go from this one because now we just move on to a new area. Or the break room. Hey, Mr. CEO. Be very careful when taking a lunch break. I think someone is shamelessly raiding the fridge. Are you saying that sometimes your lunch disappears? Yes, I can't believe it. Do you think the fridge stocks up automatically when they take something out? Well, it sure doesn't. When the fridge is empty, that's it. And no poor sap is going to keep restocking it. Nobody thinks you're a sap, Patrick. Come on. Eyeball stew. Plus 50% damage for 10 minutes. Provides anima in exchange for solar rate. Watch for price hikes. Hang on, boss. Is that really you? Wow, what a bold new look. I remember you being taller and scarier. This is definitely different. I imagine you haven't shown much interest in management's reports, but there have been some alarming goings-on recently. For example, the stores have decided to ignore your old rules and are simply doing as they please. All departments are feeling the strain. Another week in hell, so to speak. Jerry, union representative. Oh, representative. Some people might assume he's lazy. Jerry knows he doesn't have the toughest job out there. Nevertheless, he's the only one to put his colleagues' well-being first and to enforce a work-life balance at Death Incorporated. Heaven forbid anyone confuse him with being an idiot, though. Well, Anima in return for a pleasant surprise. Oh, I don't have any anima. Okay. Industrial Pollution Department. Upgrade green curses. Yep, we're in a junkyard. Oh, look at this cutie. Boss, welcome to the Industrial Pollution Department. So, it smells like sewer here. Mr. Grimes has increased the minions' work pace by at least 89%. I scheduled a meeting between the two of you, but, oh, crap. I stepped in Buma oil again. Yuck. This character's a cutie. We'll learn her name soon enough. Enemies. Splurty. When Gordon Grimes is dissatisfied with Blobby or Petrol's performance, or if they get too distant and not respecting his managerial advice, he doesn't suspend or even fire them. He literally recycles the problematic minion and turns them into a Splurty. I mean, you could say that's fate worse than death, but eh. The break room. As shocking as it may, justifiably seem to a lot of workers from competitors' companies, the break room is actually quite a recent addition to Death Incorporated. Jerry, the employee's union rep, had to put a lot of pressure on the Works Council to get it set up. He argued that being able to take breaks in the workplace not only improved productivity, sorry, I'm still kind of tired, but it was also one of the fundamental and irreducible rights of employees. Just like cheap coffee and more prismiums. Yeah, we don't have anything more here. myriad of stars. Mortally dangerous and also deadly glamorous. Myriad of stars. As a matter of form, all spells involving some degree of subtlety related to cosmic forces include the word star. The myriad was prototyped during the whole of antiquity. At the roots of Mount Selene, this ritual was devised to make observing the stars easier, but a technical problem uncovered that starry displays were actually the perfect projectiles for combat. Okay, there's the elevator. Is there anything else around here? Arashi Kunai. Arashi Kunai. Unlike the Kaze Kunai, the hurricane tools were not forged by Death. They were acquired a long time ago, before Death Incorporated was even founded. Armed with his diploma of Chrono University, from Old Chrono University, Death set out for the mortal world astride a livid pale gray horse. That horse was Pitbook, metamorphosed because Death wanted to test out the spell that allowed him to become valedictorian, with top grades in all magic-related subjects. So the Pitbook used to be a horse. I hope it's not horse glue that's binding those pages. Thanager. I believe that's an optional boss, but I'm gonna go to the Solari deposit. I wouldn't be completely honest in that I am not that good at this game. I honestly suck. Keep being healed. I'm okay with this. Oh, yep, there I go. Rest in paperwork. Yeah. Shock therapy? Oh, heal yourself 5 times. Okay. So every time we die, we get evaluated. It's a performance review. And based on how well you do, we get ingots. Alright. Death. CEO and co-founder of Death Incorporated. Death has been around since the dawn of time and started out as a small family business, peacefully reaping soul after soul in the time-honored tradition of ancient passing rights. A blobby. The Industrial Pollution Department is a treasure trove of magical and chemical anomalies. Many of the CEO's necromantic creations have been modified to be better fit for Gorngrind's factory project. Blobbies make up the bulk of the team of mutant workers working under the Sorrow. Petrol. Colossal, covered in vile substance, petrols are to blobbies what spooksmen are to ghosts. Yet Grimes considers them to be hierarchically equivalent to the other minions in the pollution department. I'm the boss, I don't need to delegate. And tutorial. Yes, ingots. I will get to that momentarily. CEO's office. Where it all ends. This is the nickname of Death Incorporated's employees have bestowed upon the CEO's office. Despite the countless number of complex criteria customers' souls have been to meet to have a nice death, the final decision ultimately belongs to Death himself. He has to give his authorization approving their damnation with his enchanted seal, and muttering a short solemn phrase that is known to him and him alone. But recently, monotony has crept into the usual protocol. You got a pit book? Pumpkin! Boss! Oh, boss, I'm so pleased to see you. And you've got your pit book with you, isn't it adorable? Did you know your pit book notes everything down for you? Just press that button, and you're done. It really is very cute, but I don't really like the way it's looking at me. Pumpkin, intern. A graduate of the Sepulchral School of Eternal Vanity Management, SSEVM. Pump had their sights set on an internship at Death Incorporated thanks to a lot of determination and insistence. Pump has found a place managing the agenda of Death himself. And she is cute! Look at her! She is cute! This serves as a collection hall for everything we've found. Boss, good morning, or evening, whatever, not important. The Soros are out of control, quotas have risen astronomically, I'll spare you the details. You've got a few ingots to spend? Let's do this real quick before I kick the bucket. Oh, and how's you, how's the family, how's life? This guy is something special. I can wait and slay more for a little bit longer. We can buy food. The food just serves to give you better stats going in. GMO chicken. Kinesthetically modified souls. Healing. Oh, that is really good. You need to kill some. Okay, I should explain. Every time you do a run, it evaluates you on what challenges you have or have not completed. So, like for the old pizza crusts, kill 100 sullied. So we need to go kill those enemies in order to actually progress this quest and eventually finish it. Contracts. Unlock more difficult but more lucrative contracts. These... I'm going to be honest, I haven't completed these, so I honestly have no idea. And we could buy more weapons. Feral Fists, Whirl Dagger, Reparier, Dirty Dagger. We could buy a lot. Boulder Rain. Oh yeah, I think also, yeah, you can unlock boss attacks through doing this. If you have the ingots, you can just buy these out the box. But if you complete challenges, eventually they get cheaper and cheaper, and even what we've seen from the spear up here, you can eventually get it down to practically nothing. In the category of high investments, the winner is you, boss! Joe, office manager. This is what happens when you drink too much black coffee. In fact, the coffee Joe drinks is so strong it once got him in a chokehold. Well, not the coffee itself, of course, but rather the sugar lump he likes to dip it in it to warm himself up. Since he's incapable of focusing on anything for longer than a second, he accidentally mixed up his usual cube of sugar with a stock cube that expired 3 years ago. Hang on. What is that? Surprise, Mr. CEO. While you were taking care of the Soros, I was dealing with the meetings you put on hold. I'm delighted to announce that Miss Muriel Reverence has returned to work. Muriel who? Oh yes, that Muriel. Good grief. If I've understood correctly, it's an evolving pictorial sequence. A little unsettling at first glance. But note the contrast between the richness of the sculptured altar and the simplicity of this barely scribbled upon post-it. Fascinating. Breakdown. A scheme in which the Soros are more dangerous than usual. I thought with that post-it it would be like, oh, this is how many times you died. And did Muriel provide any information about it? Her work? Ah, yes, of course, Mr. CEO, sir. This time her subject is, the onerousness of work. Apparently she was inspired by your brush with burnout. The more difficult it is, the more epic and representative the hard work you do, her creations become. This is the Breakdown series. Come now. Mr. CEO, sir, I believe you and Muriel have already met. You know how it is. You know how it is with artists. I don't know what it's gonna do. Is the elevator even rebelling against us? Jocelyn. Boss? Well, I'm sure glad to see you again. Yes, yes. It's not so nice to catch up. And let's skip the small talk, shall we? In accordance with Bulletin B-66, you may not access the elevator until you sign a form. Let's make that face. Don't make that face. Rules are rules, but let's go. So we can spend ingots to re-roll this, or we can take one of these. So with this we can get a weapon but lose 10 HP, or we can get 25 soulary. I'm gonna take this. A good deal. The door will open in 3 seconds. Sign the agreement. Doors open! Jocelyn's contracts. Before launching an assault on the Soros, Jocelyn requires a few administrative formalities. You must choose at least one contract among the 4 offered. Each contract imposes certain constraints, i.e. conditions that must be met during your time with the company. Fulfilling a contract grants you a bonus, or in the opposite case, inflicts a penalty. All the information is on the sheet. You can stack up to 4 contracts simultaneously. Jocelyn is open to negotiation in exchange for a few ingots. She'll be happy to renew her offers. Cute. Jocelyn, Flux Logistics Manager. Jocelyn began her career as the second ever Death Incorporated employee. She was hired right after the cloak. Can you believe it? She was initially hired as the Hourglass, but her formidable efficiency soon saw her rising through the ranks. The CEO promoted her to the role of Water Clock, and then, after numerous negotiations during which Jocelyn demonstrated her hunger to succeed, she became Flux Logistics Manager. In plain English, this means her essence controls the network of Death Incorporated's elevators. It goes without saying that she is single-handedly the heart and soul of the company. Well, although she is a bit scary. Jocelyn has always put this trait to good use. Thanks to the right training and a big smile, your elevator phobia is now a thing of the past. And we have new funeral weapon. Dragonor. Of the 2 blades that make up the lost treasure of Eleanor, the rightful queen of Aquitaine, The Dragonor is the thicker one. When the twin swords fall into Jacob's expert hands, he decided to give Dragonor an original twist in order to make it stand out even more from its sister blade. This sword has been enchanted and can launch projectiles that are as deadly as its razor-sharp blade. We can't examine the cloak yet, I don't think. Unless it's in here. Yeah, the cloak is an interesting thing all on its own. I'll explain it to you one more time, Pump, so listen up. A Prismium is a free pass. You can exchange it for anything in the company, no matter what it costs. Let's say that Mark doesn't have the amazing item you want. Well, your Prismium lets you expand his shop with a bigger selection. Oh, okay. I'll add an asterisk to my report. It's great, you can buy anything you want with it. But then again, you're an intern. You won't be able to take advantage of this until you're officially hired, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Pumpkin is too pure. Oh, it takes a while to charge back up. Oh, this sword is legit. So those orange numbers that appeared on the guy right here, I think that was a crit. Yeah, nothing. Oh no, enemy room this time. The Manager's office, L clean. Also notice that we have 5 rooms to go through now. Solar Prismium Department. I don't know what defeating a Thanager does for you. But yeah, as Patrick stated, Prismium is a very valuable resource here. Oh, what that did was it gave us temporary health. Oh, that's what that does. And hit him. Immediately got the health back. More Solary. Equipment storage or Vitamana department. We're gonna go to the Vitamana department. I imagine what this is either a mana increase or a health increase. Oh, Shaw? Every time you find Osha, you actually gain a curse. Now I know this. Hateful Anima. Temporary inflicts 25% more damage upon consuming an anima. Grants you 40% mana regen. Or gain counterparty. This one needs us to be hit in order to use it. This one heals us upon... Jeez. I'm going to get hit a lot, so this might not actually be a bad idea. Really bad to here. Oh, it's that. Okay. Spooksman. All multinationals have specific departments, which are defined according to a hierarchy. Ghosts. Wait. All multinationals have specific departments which are defined according to hierarchy. Ghosts, like all other employees and minions at Death Incorporated, have their superiors. They are known as the Spooksmen to highlight their managerial qualities, namely violence and a complete lack of subtlety. Basically, bigger, tough ghosts. There's that health increase, but I haven't found a single animal since I started. Mana. So there's that mana increase I was waiting for. Solar deposit, because I'm most likely gonna need to buy some anima from a break room. Although that's assuming I can get past Brad. Oh, the lifesteal could actually work out. I guess it kind of worked out. Poison Mist, curse inspired by recurring phenomenon and crowded elevators. As a general rule, Death's not really into poisons. But after overhearing two minions tell a particular anecdote, he got the idea to work on the spell. The minions were trapped in a packed elevator at Death Incorporated when all of a sudden a horrid smell engulfed the confined space, trapping the two poor souls in a suffocating prison of misery and disgust. Vault. I like this vault so far. Oh, ingots? Just right there for me? Yeah, there's nothing up there. Okay. Shakespeare. An ode to elegance, but mostly to sharpness. And we'll get rid of Poison Mist. Shakespeare. Back in the days of yore, the company was in its infancy, and Death still enjoyed working in the field. Without having to spend too much time worrying about administrative formalities, he was quietly harvesting tormented souls along the banks of the Tiber. Or the Tiber? Tiber? I don't know. I'm bad at pronouncing this stuff. When for the only time in his miserable existence a mortal soul managed to touch him with the sharpened tip of a lance. More ingots. I have no complaints. What's down here then? Some more souls. I guess it's a general thing for all of the vaults is they'll have generally a lot of souls in them. Debated. Elevator. Always good to go to the shop beforehand. The amount of souls I have are exactly nice. We could buy a full-on Prisium, treat yourself to a nice vacation, or any other big-ticket item you've been drooling over. Coffee. Dark and bitter, just like Death likes it. Pure heal for 15 HP. Myriad of stars. We're gonna go ahead and heal ourselves up a little bit. And I think I'm going to drop the Shakespeare for the Myriad of Stars. Alright. Alright, Brad, Mark, round 2. Subdue the Pyro Ghost, subdue the staff, subdue the gargoyle who's making a fool of me. Arrgh! You act like you're overworked and not right in the head, but hey, we all know you're a compulsive liar. Holy damage, Batman. jerk. No, seriously, boss. I didn't mean it like that. I'll get back to work soon, I promise. No, get back to work right now. No compromises. Phew. Breathe. Everything will be okay. Secret Service Brad is back. More curses. Gain +1 additional weapon charges. Launch a homing missile. Oh, that could be really nice. Because this is just on killing an enemy. Macabre day to use. To the break room. Eyeball stew. Well. More souls. Get a new anima. So, if I could change one thing at Death Incorporated, I'd buy Brad a brain. Hasn't he got one already? What makes you say that? Of course he has, Pump. He's just a figure of speech. He's nothing more than a great big idiot who steals my post-its to shoot from his pea shooter and uses you like a paddleball. Oh, yeah, that was very nice of him. And where would you buy the brain? Pump is too pure for this world. Also, I'll be right back real fast. Pump is too pure. Okay. Toxic food processing department. Upgrade red curse. Upgrade green curse. Let's go to the toxic food processing department. Here's my mouse. Okay. Burger. Baba boom. Mix some sodium chloride, sugar, spice, and a large dose of X4 chemical agent into some chewing gum, and you'll get Waldo Burger's flagship candy. Baba boom! This hot-headed bubble gum isn't about to let itself get chewed. So it takes a bite out of your face and it neutralizes your cognitive abilities instead. You will become an empty shell and capable of the slightest action, thereby allowing the Bubba Boom to take full control of your body. Thanks to the elasticity and sugar, it can blow up like a balloon, and its spices are fiery enough to make it explode with rage if you get on its bad side. According to the test subjects, the worst part is not being swallowed alive by the mutant bubblegum. Oh no. What really gets them is having to put up with its fetid breath the whole time. Oh, I see. Oh, I'm slow. Water box. Waldo box. Waldo Box is the colloquial name given to all products stamped Waldo Burger that are packaged up and delivered throughout the world to spread delicious desolation. Treats and snacks are offered in a wide range of tastes and flavors. Sweet Death, a range of desserts and sodas that consumers have been tricked into believing are an essential part of a healthy diet. Death Burger, the great classic that tastes of defeat, not to mention Fatal Fritas, chips to be munched on between meals, even though you swear you're only going to have the one. No point in kidding yourself. All water boxes, without exception, are packed with hydrogenated vegetable fats, dressed up as sweet treats. Mana. And we got Burke. Ew. The other minions don't particularly enjoy working with the Burk-U's. For one thing, it's really hard to get any work done when eating you is on your colleagues' to-do list. For another, some of the other minions are jealous of Burk-U's ability to fly. Yes, fly, like crows or sea glues. Even if, as Jerry so aptly put it, we're not in high school anymore. If everyone's running around trying to get little wings on their back, or a stapler in their photo on it, or a stapler with their photo on it, you have to start wondering what sort of company you're working for. Sweet Tart. As distributors of high vitamin candies to liven up meetings, the contents of Sweet Tarts are always up for debate amongst Death Inc. employees. Bubblegum, sour candy, those who are as foolhardy as they are ill-mannered have tried to lift up a Sweet Tarts wrapper to get a good look at what's inside, and they got a sucker punch in return, as it should be. Not only is touching your colleagues without their consent totally uncool, but it's also incredibly creepy. Huh, I didn't think this game gave you proper office working etiquette. Interesting. Yeah, this sword is broken. This sword is so broken. It is so ridiculous. Stage hazards. Gotcha. A vault or solary deposit? Let's go vault. Jerry? Hey boss, I just wanted to let you know I didn't get around to inspecting the offices in section A10PE. My left shoe fell into a vat of melted cheddar. The pleasure. And hopping through the toxic food processing department would have been the height of ridicule. In short, the results of the inspection are that everything Waldo is working on is more likely to make you want to throw up than die. That's everything from me. I think I've earned a little break with a very, very strong coffee. I'm not gonna go down there. Kill the fry. Skyfall. Skyfall is a fairly basic spell. Lightning pulverizes a target without warning. That's it. Clear and simple. Just like Death's Anger, this card was improvised on the spot following an argument with Grimes and Crank. They were both refusing to wear a mask and apply social distancing. At least they were agreeing on something for once, however ill-advised that something might be. The control room. First time we're getting to see this. Look at the man's master. Welcome home. You came just at the right time. Your wishes are my commands. Be well armed for combat. Don't report to soldiers, and I can only take orders from you, master. As he says, we can actually upgrade our various weapons and tools of the trade. We can spend either Prismium or Solary to do this. And I think... yeah, you're not... oh, it keeps the Solary you put into it. You can also transform weapons along the line. This Scythe, Sickles, or Twinsy. Yeah, so upgrade, transform, upgrade, transform. Spend your Solary and Prismiums to upgrade your weapons. Upgrade weapons are more powerful. Oh wow, it's so cool to see you again, boss. What a nice surprise. Do you remember the last time we met? I was really a little one. You were... well... anyway, the sorrows have been getting bolder, and I've been working on some pretty cool stuff just for you. Yeah, you can also talk to Orville here to transform your weapons. Prismium deposit. Hazardous floor. We're going to the Prismium deposit. It would have been nice to go to the Prismium deposit before the control room, but oh well, say la vie. Orville, Junior R&D Operator. Orville has been here a long while. His first job at Death Incorporated was to shadow his great-great-uncle Jacob to learn the art of ancient blacksmithing. Oh no, it was a bit of a failure. He couldn't figure out how to use the equipment, and the other employees at the company were always very kind with the enchanted teenage cauldron. You're here to learn the ropes, Jacob used to grumble at him. And Jacob. Jacob, Technical Manager, Associate Blacksmith. Back when time began, Death forged his own scythe and enchanted it with his own skilled hands. Over the course of his travels across the various planes of existence, he got to know Jacob, a monstrous kiln filled with molten lava. Jacob accepted Death's offer of a drink, and they started swapping trading cards. Jacob was pretty happy since he had assumed he was the only nerd dorky enough to play 1,000 Legends of Thousands of Rings. Haracola. Haracola members are experts in dueling sabers, not to mention well versed in martial arts. Unfortunately, for insurance reasons, they're not allowed to use katanas in the workplace. A disciplinary exemption was granted to them in 1988, permitting them to wield plastic straws as if they were sabers. Rather than appeal to the courts or take the matter up with the unions, the Haracola warriors developed their own technique for manifesting their rage, committing seppuku by stabbing themselves with a straw and spilling their sparkling bile all over Death Incorporated's carpets. Jeez. Very professional. No reason to go down there. Not the button I wanted to hit, but... Oh, yep, there I go. Rest in paperwork. Woo! Total Solari gathered. Soros killed. I believe now that makes Brad's ability to us available right now. Oh, we can't go to the afterlife. We're stuck in this. Pumpkin! I'm making a diagram of the Well of Souls for my training report. It's there, behind me. So, once the big boss, also known as you, approves an application, the corresponding soul can be sucked into the well. I bet it tickles. Once it is arrived in the great beyond, the system can reissue its essence in the form of Solari for Death Incorporated's employees. Patrick suggested I can add some little stars to really show that's magic. Too pure for this world. Too pure. Now we really can buy the Slaymore, which I'm gonna go ahead and do. And there it is. Boulder Rain. Bah. And I think that's all I can buy right now. E. Finished the game 4 times. Jeez. Stamped and double stamped. Breakdown. This game in which the Soros are more dangerous than usual. Hey, Jocelyn. Take it or leave it. Or complete a world in under 8 minutes. Lose, take 20 damage. Yeah, sure. Thanks, boss. That's good enough for me. So we gotta move fast. Hello, Patty. Feeling good? Of course you feel good. Yeah, have a nice death and have a nice day too. Whoa, hey, hello. I'm here, in front of you. Oh, yeah, sorry, Harriet. I'm still half asleep, and I thought you were a customer. I know it's not contagious, but seeing the CEO in the state, it's a little depressing. That's why at lunch we're doing strength and balance training, Patty. I'll show you how I knock out burnout. Stop interrupting and listen to the whole explanation. It's utterly hopeless. Nothing. It's impossible for me to take anything you're saying seriously, Mr. Techie. You're claiming that animas are well engineered enough to heal and all that, but that's not all. Wait for it. You can also use them to reveal hidden rooms in the building. Get your head out of your post-its, why don't you? For death's sakes, Jerry. Uncle has been overseeing the Anima project since the beginning. It's a new feature we've been working on together. I'm sure I have a better idea of how it works than you. There we go, what a surprise, you're pulling rank again. You don't even know how much nonsense you're spouting with all the talk of secret rooms. You've been watching too much Crystal Maze. Deathlock. Regenerates 100 mana. Gain +1 maximum HP every time you leave the elevator. And the cloak deals 10% more damage. So we're gonna do that, because damage is damage. I am being timed. Okay. Vault. So yeah, I spent a couple of minutes on that floor. Anti-penalty. Cancels out the penalty dealt by a curse. Yeah, I don't think I'm beating this another 8 minutes. Equipment storage, because I haven't gotten any weapons this whole time. I want that sword I had again, the Dragonor. Slashy, slashy. More anti-penalty. The slay more. Sometimes there are some very strange goings on at Death Incorporated. They are so out of the ordinary that even the oddest employees begin to wonder if they're in their right minds working there. Thanks to the cloak, Death can travel through time and space, and where the origins of this broadsword are concerned, he claims it's better to leave certain things to the R&D department. Forget about it, and get back to work. Anti-penalty. This valuable token removes the penalty inflicted by a curse. Amazing. It helps preserve your omnipotence. Much to Mr. Oshaw's dismay, he says you can't have your funeral cake and eat it too. He has made it his personal mission to overturn the anti-penalty rule from the company's rulebook. Luckily, he has yet to succeed. Bit of mana department, because I'm not about to go up against Thanager. Boulder Rain. Conjuring up stone out of thin air simply isn't possible, unless you're an adult gargoyle. These formidable creatures can harness the spiritual power hidden in telluric lines and use it to transport rocky masses through space and time. Boulder Rain is one example of this. It's one of the basic elements of gargoyle's training. Jeez, that's absurd. Let's go to Oshaw. Okay. Oh. I can deal with the 50% costs. Shop, so this will give me roughly a minute to deal with Brad. Yeah, I'm not gonna sell off either of those. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna buy much more. Brad. Huh? Oh, don't get mad at me, boss. I didn't do anything this time. That's exactly right, Brad. The complete opposite of the ghosts, who do way too much. Bam! I don't understand your reasoning. The ghosts work too much. I don't work enough. I'm the one getting piled on. Too much rubble in the brain. Too bad. Try to remember what your job is. Thank you. Secret Service, Brad. Go on, get. Treason. Disgrace. Taking damage no longer interrupts your combos. Periodic. Heal 1 HP. Yeah, that's easy. Did I actually complete that curse? Wait, I did. I did complete that contract. Sweet. Oh my gosh, thank you. Let's actually look at this. Oh, I just got all of my animas back. Sweet. Well, might as well. A yellow anima. Jeez. Some Solary. One thing we can discuss at the next Works Counseling is that we need to set limits for files we take on during sprints. Because of course we need to close all the files before going on vacation, I get that. But if the files keep piling up for eternity, then how the blazes are we supposed to go on vacation? Yeah boss, I'm upset. Don't act like I'm exaggerating. This nonsense affects you too. Go ahead and buy one more anima, just gamble it away. Nothing? Okay. Let's go back to toxic food processing. Contract terminating. Sweet. Oh, I can heal 1 HP, but it's either random or it takes a long time. Slaymore is too strong, I think. Is there any reason going down there? Oh my goodness. So there's a thing of Solary down there. I guess I can't lifesteal up to a point. Oh, that's what the injuries thing does. Okay. That makes some more sense. Okay. Manager's office, Candace. Curse reroll department. Both these are kind of bad because my curses I think are pretty good where they are. But Thanagers I think are just super hard fights. That Grace is not understanding physics. There's an anima immediately. Theoretically, with the infinite healing I have now, if I can just get my get the thing that lets me gotcha. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just getting destroyed. Wait, huh? Jeez. Dancing Mount. Control room with substantially more Solary this time. upgrade the Slaymore for even more. Oh. Well, I don't have 100 Solari, so I'm just gonna upgrade the Scythe. Well, actually... Oh, it only takes Prismium to transform, okay. Oh, this got an upgrade of its own already, okay. I do want to get Prismium to actually upgrade this to get Twinsy. Because I think that looks cool. Dual Sickles also sounds cool. You only do transforms. Oh, jeez. Oh, Venom Mod Department. I thought that was an amateur. Slow again. Jeez. Ooh. Hang on, I should double check my gear, I think. Oh, upgrading Slaymore would have gotten me the healing effect on it. Okay. Oh, so I really should have saved for that. Okay. I wonder what hazardous floor means. Ouch! The Brutum Hammer. The Brutum Hammer. To better understand his most exceptional employees, Death started using time jumps. Egbert B. Hammer, for example, has an ancestor with the same understated behemoth characteristics. Isolated with her clan in the glacial north tundra Brungar. Impressed her whole family with her strength, her unshakable will and her ability to use her head to split logs against her forehead. Huh. I keep forgetting B isn't the interact button here. What's the point of that little worm coming out? Is it just more killing? Yeah, I gotta go to the shop. Honestly, I think this is the new furthest in this game I've gotten. We can sell a weapon for Solary. Sell the Brun Hammer. They have a Brun Hammer. Yeah. Oh, Mark has something to say. Boss, you have absolutely got to try this. Look to your left. Isn't that swap station magnificent? If you've been looking around some equipment you're not particularly attached to, you can exchange it in return for some Solary, maybe even a Prismium. Ha! Jacob and Orvie did a ton of really complicated calculations to figure it all out. It went right over my head, but works like a charm. Yeah, I bet it really went over your head. I didn't know this could also give Prismium. But I wanna. Dang it. No, I don't need maximum help right now. Zoro's office. Waldo. Toxic Food Processing Department. The Toxic Food Processing Department is a rather particular addition to Death Incorporated infrastructure. It's a conglomerate of machinery, conveyor belts, and large vats filled with just about anything that can be melted down or cooked to make even the most noxious snack look appetizing. The whole factory was built according to a blueprint designed in the 60s, and it was the Waldo Burger brand's very first manufacturing firm. The main advantage of being a large corporation is that we can copy almost absolutely everything we buy since it now belongs to us anyway. And in the end, the only people who care are those who didn't even like the company to start with. What the frick? 11 million deaths a year. That's what we call a career. Pa-la-pa-pa-pa. You're the one who brought it up. Great. Let's save some time. Waldo, stop what you're doing. Both the singing and the overproduction. Let's wait and see, Mr. President. My very last modifications. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. Dang it. This game is unforgiving with the amount of anima it gives you. Jeez. Jeez. Hi, Pumpkin. Ah, nice to see you again, boss. Harriet reminded me to stay at your side because you're having burnout? And she told me it can be really difficult, maybe even dangerous. Anyway, I can give you a hand making it if you want. I've taken cooking classes. So, don't worry, whatever burnout is, I love challenging new recipes. I'll help. Too pure! Feral Fists. Kill 5 Thanagers. We could theoretically buy it. Royal Dagger, earn Solary. I wish you could actually see like how big the discounts would be. Unless it's literally just what's displayed on the right hand side. Oh, Dark Claws. Sure. And yeah, I'm not gonna spend much more ingots on that. Hey, Jacqueline. Killed it. I am not gonna take that. I'm just gonna take it and leave it. I will take the 5 extra health because that's better than the alternative. I can't do that for the life of me. What's Jacqueline thinking? 752 hours for ghosts working under Mr. Grimes, plus 427 for those in the mail department. As you can see, Mr. CEO, it was high time to calm them down. The crunch is far from being a phantom menace at Death Incorporated. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't take that, because good gosh! HR office. Mr. O'Shaw. I'm gonna go against my better judgment and go to the hazardous floor, because I think that's just random. Just random anything, I guess. Dark Claws. This spell is quite similar to the Dark Talon summons. The Dark Claws are said to be their light version. As with any other part of the shadowy body belonging to the creature, the talons take a certain amount of time to reappear after magic words have been spoken. If you want to speed things up, like the cafeteria waiting line, for example, you can use Dark Claws to cut to the chase. Oh, they take persistent damage after. Okay. Aerial attacks deal 35% more damage. That is worth. Prismium deposit. Yes! A precious vacation voucher. This isn't tutorial, but I'll read it because we haven't seen it the entire time. Prismiums are highly sought after and extremely precious vacation vouchers. A prismium can be used to buy and upgrade a transformation at the control room. Instead of spending your solar, you can also spend a prismium at Monaco in the shop in order to improve it and get much better merch. Oh, I should get merch for this game. Ledges are dangerous. Let's go to the vault. There might be more prismium there. If I can get 2 before the control room, that would be great. I would love to transform the scythe. Skyfall. W Hung, equipment storage, or Vitam Mana departments. Let's go to equipment storage. I feel much better if we can potentially get Dragonair weapon. How long have I been playing now that I think about it? 2 hours. Okay, that is much longer than I thought I was gonna go. Sisword. I'm not a big fan of the Dark Claws, so we're gonna go for Sisword. Sisword. Death is a real history buff, though he doesn't like to admit it or even talk about it. But just one look at his magnificent collection of trophies will tell you all you need to know about his interest in history's most noteworthy characters and events. Medieval times were a non-stop procession of alliances and epic sagas. Death took rare delight in the idea of welcoming Eleanor of Aquitaine to the land of the dearly departed. Oh, is this sword the second sword to Dragonair? Whoa. Scizor's cool. So now I wonder what happens if I have Dragonor and the Scizor at the same time. Anima. Sweet. Control room. Shock. Dang it. Skyfall is worth more than the Scizor. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that because having more is always good. Yeah. Slaymore. More I can't buy it though. I would have to sell both my weapons to get one Prismium. Osha memo. I know from Osha how delightful contains one curse. Coffee Robusto. Yeah, there's not anything I can do. Okay. Alright, Brad. I don't know how much of the dialogue in between we've exhausted between Brad and Death here, but I will definitely read still what's new. Huh? Whenever I catch you wasting time, I'm going to divide your solar rate by 10. As for me, I drop down the death tube trends, ranking every time you show your old loser face. Stab stabby. So, boss, let's not divide my solar any further, okay? We'll see. Get back to work. I just noticed Brad's little tiny wings. Thank you, Shaw. Spells deal +2 damage. Every time you leave the elevator, gain counter parry. Associated with penalty. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for this. Also, hang on, I didn't catch what that was called. Hang on. With Jocelyn's compliments. Okay. To the break room. Oh, Orville, how you doing? Well, hey boss. There were far too many pyro ghosts, I can't deny it. Want proof? The fire alarm system hasn't been updated since. What the freak? Someone wrote a bunch of nonsense in the log? NVM. No need for fire alarm system with you, boss. It's all good. Pyro ghosts. Oh, pyro ghosts are nothing more than ordinary ghosts who feel so much frustration they express it by spitting out fireballs. Patrick tried to offer them team-building seminars to in cool locations, and Harriet tried to get them to let off steam through exercise classes, but it was no use. They're too cantankerous for their own good. You know, sir, I always said hiring Brad to the past was a bad idea. As you will have noticed, I put his name in air quotes. All in all, he's an unmitigated disaster. Whatever problem he tries to solve, he ends up creating 10 new ones. Don't get me started on when he first came here. The young labor inspector I was back then has very vivid and shameful recollections of the time. Heals injuries. Nice. I'll go ahead and buy an anima. I'm not going to exchange the anima immediately. I need it. I was gonna try and beat up Waldo again. I forgot about that. Myriad of stars. Honestly, I think I'm okay with what I have right now, so. The Sith Sword deals entirely way too much damage for its own good. For the mana department. Put some hammer. Nah. Oh, that tablet just heals all injuries. Okay. There's the control room. Jeez. that thing forever. Jeez. Oh, this upgrades the mana it needs by less and upgrades its damage. It's probably worth spending Solary on this at this moment. Yeah, we'll put a bit more into it. So upgrading this again just lowers the mana cost. Sweet. Now you're ready to power creep. Pigorsk. Let's go to the Solary deposit. Most because there is the slim chance that I get the control room again in the next elevator. Oh, the Revelation Bow. No, I don't need it. Yeah, I definitely could have gotten a lot more Solary out of this. Prismium and Solary department. And the room after this is going to be the shop, so... Reroll versus? This game's so unforgiving. Oh, now that I think about it, I should have taken the Revelation Bow or something else in my inventory. Dang it. Concealed carry. Oh, I see. Pure heal for 75 health. And yeah, I gotta go for this. Kaze Kunai. curse reroll. If you're not satisfied by the curse offered by your Druidry Inspector, Mr. O'Shaw, you can spend your curse reroll token by accumulating CR tokens in the designated corporate floors. You have a lot of room to negotiate the advantages and penalties assigned to you by the Inspector. Did I already get the Kazakunai? I think I did, I just haven't had room to use it yet. Okay. Let's go face down Waldo again. Oh, I should probably swap my weapons back just so I don't get them confused. It's the future boss, the future of food processing. Machine feeds man. Dying for third helping. By the way, it seems you've taken a very liberal interpretation not only of my directives, but also of the 3 laws of robotics. This isn't nightmare fuel at all. Yep, there we go. Yeah, this... I'm still just so scuffed at how little anima they give you every time. Like how much anima they give you versus how much you get injured as opposed to actually hurt. Boss! I cleaned under your desk in case you wanted to take a little nap. That way no one will disturb you. I've said this 4 or 5, maybe a billion times by now. Too pure for this world! Jeez. We're almost there for the World Dagger. Repair, Dirty Dagger. We can buy the Dirty Dagger, it's really cheap. Bees! Not the bees! Deal 100,000 damage? Jeez. Mosquito. Nothing new there. Definitely nothing new here. No new contracts. Okay. Kill 5 Thanators. We can completely circumvent this with the ingots we have, but should I at least show what a Thanator is? Yeah, we gotta do that. Don't spill anything inside. I'm watching you. Dirty Dagger. A small shiv of modest appearance, the so-called Dirty Dagger should never be underestimated. For starters, it's one of those blades that best combines speed and efficiency. We once saw Orville test a prototype of this weapon on a nut and screw filled bolster. After just a couple of minutes of testing, the training course was covered in a thin layer of iron filings. Oh my goodness! Okay. Any news on my application? I was promised eternal rest. I would like to speak to the manager. Muscles complaining is nothing new, but recently it's gone from bad to worse. Well, yeah, I'm at least gonna show a Thanager because I don't know exactly what they entail. I have a feeling. Yeah, Thanagers are no joke. Jeez. Although that Dirty Dagger skill, honestly, is pretty nice. Jeez, this game is hard. Alright, Key Pumpkin, what do you have more to say to me? Boss! I took the liberty of optimizing your PC. I didn't look at your history, wink wink, but I installed a really cool plugin for your browser. Too pure. Too pure. Anyway, I am at 2.5 hours. Yeah, that's a good place to stop. This has been Have a Nice Death. Really fun, really cool style. And it's a roguelite. And it's a very hard roguelite. Anyway, I'll probably play this again at some point. I have no idea. Anyway, thank you all for coming in, and I will see you later. Have a nice death. Wait, have a nice night. And have a nice death.